Pardon me. This guy's making threats now. He says he's going to break my neck.
Mike, I'm glad you're well.
Thanks.
So, as I was saying before, you're a tough guy. I mean, you can see on camera, you got some muscles on you, and you've been in war zones. You've had rockets going by and all the rest of it. You've seen some pretty scary stuff out there. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to be shaking in your boots out there in Madison when this is all going on. But, I mean, it looked at some point there like that you might have been in some kind of danger there.
It might be a little bit of an exaggeration to say some kind of danger, but, I'm harassed with every live shot. I mean, the one time when the guy hit me, there was a guy in the crowd who sort of reached through the crowd and took a couple of pokes at me. It amounted to a Charlie horse. The sheriff's deputies asked me if I wanted to press charges, and, I'm not going to press charges over getting punched in the arm. It's just not my thing. And then that other guy, he was a big guy who was just trying to get the shot. And I leaned into him to keep him out of the shot while he was trying to bully me. And then as I kind of pushed him away, he said he was going to break my neck. But I took that more as a figure of speech. To me, it's not the physical threat. It's just constant harassment. Right. Every time I go out. I think I've done one or two live shots without being harassed. And I've tried to impress on these people one-on-one. It's them against me, but it's not me against them. I'm just a reporter. I don't advocate a position.
Well, they see Fox News and they think that, as you can hear the chants, Fox lies, Fox lies. So they think that you're there to distort the story. I've seen you reporting on this and like everything else I've seen you do. It's solid, down the middle. Here's what's happening, scene setting. It's nothing slanted or out of line. You're just talking about what's going on. It's not opinion. It's just you're describing what's happening. When you try to tell them this, as I'm sure you have, when you try to tell them, look, I'm just telling what's happening here. Give me a chance to speak. What do they say back to you about that?
You're lying. Every time.
You're lying.
Lying. You lie. How would I believe you? You lie.
And do you ever, do they ever give you an example of something you said that was out of line?
Yeah, I try them, and they say, well, the whole organization lies, if you can get that, much of a coherent sentence.
So it's not even like that they really have a genuine beef with you, Mike Tobin. It's not like it's that they don't like who you work for. Yeah.
They don't know who I am.
Uh-huh.
They don't watch Fox News enough to know who I am and what I do and what I've done in the past. It's not about me, although it is because they're coming after me.
Jeez.
And unfortunately, I find the whole thing a terrific distraction and terribly frustrating because I want to cover the story. This is a legitimate story. This is the future of organized labor.
Uh-huh.
It's happening right now.
Yeah.
And I've got to try to hold my head together while they come after me with each live shot. But I'll tell you what, going back to work is going to seem easy after this. This is like swinging two bats in the on-deck circle.
So, is there any way to do a live shot a little more surreptitiously? I mean, I don't think most people know that when you do a live shot, all these lights come on. There's a camera. There's a producer standing there. I mean, is there any way to do it more on the DL, maybe the handheld or something like that?
Sometimes I've been doing the handheld thing, and it's funny too. The producers in New York are on the phone saying, "Set up, set up, set up," and I say, "I don't want to set up till the very last second."
Right.
And then we throw the camera up on the shoulder and start going. So then, if you watch a lot of the live shots, I'll get away with like 30 seconds, and then I'll hear them every time shout out, "Hey, it's Fox News," and they all come running and push me around and try to block the camera and the whole 9 yards.
Does it seem to be an organized effort to go after Fox News there in Madison?
What we noticed right at the start, I think there's a collective mentality, but there also was these pre-printed signs that were done somehow professionally that said Fox News will lie about this. And they were handed out. And every time I've asked somebody, where'd you get that sign? I'm interested to know who's printing out these signs and handing them out. Nobody will answer me, of course. So I don't know where it is, but there seems to be some coordination, but I think it's more still collective mentality, and I don't, I miss out on a lot of these different speeches that are happening at all the different ad hoc places around the Capitol.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that it's so hard to do your job because you're just trying to tell what's going on there and explain what it is. And, you've had support from Geraldo and from Greg Jarrett and others who've seen what you're going through. And I think, I don't know, I got to wonder if maybe for some people watching this, if it doesn't backfire because, when you watch this going on, it doesn't exactly engender sympathy for the people who are trying to shout you down. You know what I mean? It if anything, I got to wonder if it doesn't, if any of them are aware that this really makes you look bad when you do this.
I think it's a matter of preaching to the choir. I think the people who like Fox News are going to be on my side. You may get a few people who are who are channel flippers, and they may be interested. And I misstated that because I shouldn't say on my side.
Yeah.
There isn't a my side to this thing.
No, your side as far as like trying to do your job side. I mean, I know what you mean. You don't mean your side of the debate. Your side of like trying to do the job.
Yeah.
And they're not trying to shut down your quote unquote message. They're trying to stop you from reporting. Period. They don't care what you're saying.
Exactly.
You could be out there waving a flag saying these people are great. I'm all about you. They wouldn't even know. I mean, they don't even know what you're saying.
I mean, you should see. I don't know if you've seen a few of those angry mobs that have piled up, but they're 20, 30 people deep, and the noise in there is just deafening. Fortunately, the good Lord blessed me with an oversized larynx, and I can usually get over the top of the crowd. But maybe that's from being the youngest of 7 kids. I had to be loud in order to eat. But,
there you go. Well, what was it the lady told you? It was something she said about it made her feel good to insult you. What was that?
Yeah, that was a school teacher. I said, "Why do you hate me?"
Great. Why do you hate me?
I said, "Why do you hate me?" And she said, "Because it makes me feel good." And the teamster told me that as well, but I expect a little more of a teacher.
My teachers used to tell me that anyway. I mean, I don't know. Don't feel too bad about that. I got that in 3rd grade. No, but Mike Tobin, stay safe. Keep up the good work as much as you can, and don't let the haters get you down.
All right, thanks, buddy.
It's Gibby on the go. Subscribe now at GibsonRadio.com and click on Podcasts.